Hi guys. Let's look at the Uchimata, which is a quite complicated judo throw where you have to step in deep, pull him forward, and then you kind of twist and fall forward at the same time as you're splitting your leg up. And there is some yoga poses we can do to improve our flexibility and to get the right motion in our hips. I used to do Uchimata for many years, just trying to get the leg as high as possible with open hips. But the problem with that is when I'm here and I don't twist enough, it opens me up for counterattacks, and also, like the best case scenario is just I throw him up in the air, but he doesn't land on his back. So both for judo and BJJ, we want to be able to twist our torso at the same time as we're splitting the leg in the air. So I'm going to show you a couple of poses that will help that. The first thing you want to do is increase your flexibility in your hamstrings and the front of your hips. So this is for sure my favorite one. You start in a low lunge, push the hips forward and inhale, stretching the left leg straight, exhaling and folding over your leg. And I wouldn't do less than 10 repetitions of these. And if you're warm, then you go deep. And when you go forward, you push your hips down. Of course, you do both sides. You don't end up uneven from the right side to the left side. But really push your hips forward and move your upper body down when you go down. And this is of course a prep for the real split, but you never start with a split if you're stiff because it's gonna hurt. So increase your flexibility is number one. Of course, standing splits is a great way to start as well. If you do a few of the lunges we just did, then just standing and standing split and trying to turn your foot down, so your toes point down, and try to get your forehead to your chin bone. So standing splits is a great way to practice the Uchimata, just warming up like this. And you may absolutely not bend the knee and open the hips. That defeats the purpose completely. So straight legs, rock up and down. And then there is one pose that in a yoga class, if I say this pose, most people are like, oh no, because it's so tough. But I think it's the best standing pose to improve your Uchimata. It's a pose called Revolved half moon. Half moon is when you have open hips like this. Revolved half moon is like a warrior 3, so you twist the upper body the opposite direction and the hips are neutral. This is great for strengthening the outside of the hip on the standing leg, and you really have to work your hamstring power to keep the leg lifted. And if you have a stiff upper body, you are going to feel this. But this is not a pose you just jump into on the street. You need a good proper warm-up, and when you're in the middle of a flow, you try to take 5 to 10 breaths here, and I promise you it's gonna make all the difference for the last part of the Uchimata. So in the beginning everybody gets halfway, that's cool, but to get all the way down, twisting your upper body to the left while lifting your right leg is hard. So this is a great way to practice that. Of course, do both sides. Even if you're never going to do a left side Uchimata, you should still practice this to make it even Steven. So straighten your standing leg, push the hips back, kick the heel back, and twist your upper body. Try to go for length in every extremity and breathe while you're here. Then you can combine all three of them. You can start here, go backwards and forwards, go into a standing split, and then go up and down like this. And while you're working this, you will of course automatically improve your balance as well. And when you start doing uchikome, which is drilling in judo language, up and down, it will feel different because you have control over your hips. So this is my 2 cents on the Uchimata. Try to practice flexibility and try to practice this twisting motion in the upper body at the same time as you're splitting your legs, okay? Thank you guys for watching. See you on yogaforbjj.net or catch you on the mat.